Sir?
Yes, sir. Your slides are visible now.
Okay, I will start. Today's my topic is strategies to expression as one's own original work.
Sorry, sir, once again for disturbing you. But
Okay.
your voice was not there.
Okay.
Can you please repeat it once again?
Okay, sir. Okay. I will start plagiarism and its threat. Plagiarism is nothing but representation of another author's language, thought, ideas, or expression as one's own original works. Means we are using somebody else's work and we are producing it as a my work. Duplicate or copied contents takes away the movies which are similar to the South movies. This is one kind of plagiarism also. They are just replacing some heroes and heroines and Hindi language is used and same content is given to us as a Hindi movie. Therefore, for research papers, which is most important factor, research papers, academic papers, then thesis writing, again the dissertation writing, the writer must be careful with their source. To avoid the plagiarism in any written piece, if they are writing any blog, they are knowing that what should be avoided, what should not be included. That's why whenever we are reading some blogs from the well-known persons, they are not looking similar ones. The problem arises with the beginners, means like the students who are doing their PG PhD. They are the beginners who are eliminated, what I should do to get out of this plagiarism box. And this is very nice initiative that well in the advance of this session is going on, so that the students will get familiar about what is exactly plagiarism and what should I do, so that I will not get much tension at the end of my course. publishing number of papers before submission of his thesis or his dissertation, and he don't knows what exactly I should know, I should do, or I don't do like that. The task is time bound, means within 2 years of span you have to finish some task, and as usual we are running on 11th hour for getting copy means like blind copying of the content from internet surfing, etc. Such contents do not pass the plagiarism test when the supervisor or university or any body checks for the plagiarism using the plagiarism checking softwares. So plagiarism and its kind. Basically, plagiarism are having four kinds. The first one is direct plagiarism, then mosaic plagiarism, self and accidental plagiarism. Direct plagiarism is the most commonly type of the plagiarism. Often the person copying from the text does not change even a single word, means we simply surfing on the internet, get some material from there and paste it as a our own work. And this kind of plagiarism is generally treated as a direct plagiarism. The plagiarist can also change part of sentences or replace some word from the matter, but the thread remains same. It will be definitely the plagiarism, because we are simply copying and just changing few words from it. Among the different form of plagiarism, direct plagiarism is the most harmful one. When the plagiarist means the person who is copying the work from somebody else and putting it in our own work is known as plagiarist. Copied from some source, but he duly failed to acknowledge all the things in the report, and that's why this mosaic plagiarism comes in the picture. It is true that while doing some research we need to take the help of certain sources like internet or research papers or the previously published thesis, etc., to enrich our writing. We want to enrich our writing, and that's why we are using that. If a writer uses the internet as a source, he must know what are the do's, because the more number of chances in the plagiarism arises when you are directly using the internet source. And no doubt whenever you are submitting your document for the plagiarism checking, the first software first checks the internet sources, and as we are taking it from the internet sources, it will definitely shows the similarity. The mosaic type of plagiarism occurs when writer borrows phrases or even a part of particular source material without using the quotations or citations. This mosaic plagiarism occurs. Then third one is the self plagiarism. Okay, this is most important type of the plagiarism. Why I am saying? Because whenever we are doing PG or PhD, at the certain interval of time, we publishes the research articles, published previously. So the self-plagiarism is another kind where, and some universities allows the self-plagiarism, some universities don't allows the plagiarism. Like take an example, whenever you are publishing some research articles in well-known journals like Science Direct or Springer Nature, they simply tells us that we want 10% plagiarism, whatever it may be, it may be mosaic, direct or self-plagiarism, we don't know, but your plagiarism percentage should not exceed than the 10%. Here uh, publishers are not setting limits on whether you are giving the report which is containing the self plagiarism or the accidental or direct plagiarism. They don't know, they want simply 10%, below 10% work. So self plagiarism, again, important one. Accidental plagiarism. In accidental plagiarism, what happens? We goes on the writing, we refer some journals, we refer some books, and after some periods, our mind also goes in that direction only. Suppose I read 10 research journal papers today, or today and tomorrow, then my mind will travel in that direction only. What they have written, this should be included in my research paper or my project work, etc. And that leads towards resources. So plagiarism can be categorized. First category is source. The source plays an important role, whether we are using it from the thesis, dissertation, books, or any research publications. So the source is very important. Later on, I will show you how this plagiarism looks like, how the plagiarized source is identified by the plagiarism checking softwares, etc. The degree of plagiarism means how much amount of plagiarism is there, whether it is in the form of words, or it is in the form of the mosaic plagiarisms, or any images are taken. What kind of plagiarism is there? Plagiarism may be 100%, it may be 0% also, because whenever you are writing your article in your own words, there are very less chances to get it plagiarized. And the higher indexed, higher impact factor journals wants the material which is having least plagiarism. Least plagiarism means you are doing some innovative or inventive work, because innovative or invention work is from your side. That's why there are very little chances that equation. We are just using that those equations for the calculation purpose, etc. So this kind of plagiarism is this type of content is also gets plagiarized. Then intention or absence of it.
Vinayak sir.
Hello sir.
Sorry for disturbance, but
Okay.
your voice breaks intermittently.
Okay.
It was completely muted and suddenly it comes again. So it is very difficult to establish a link.
Okay. I will keep my watch on my voice bar, sir.
Yes, please.
Okay. So the intention one is there. So the researcher should have the knowledge of above points. Means what is the source, what is the degree of plagiarism, type of content plagiarized, and intention or absence of it. Means whether we are intentionally doing it or it is accidentally happening. Why should the writers know about the best ways to avoid the plagiarism? If I am aware about the plagiarism, then the ways of avoiding the plagiarism, then there may be less chances that my work will get plagiarized. So regarding that, to create the original piece of one's own requires utmost dedication and hard work. Means it will take time. This ultimately lead to creation of the beautiful unique content. The fabulous sculpture, take an example, Plagiarism is what the plagiarism related concepts will remain same. So here to those aspirants who strive to avoid accidental plagiarism and produce plagiarism-free content are required from required for the country as well as for the world. Everybody is running behind the plagiarism checking. Before few years, this condition was not there. This condition is arrived because uh, the the main reason behind this, I will tell you that the plagiarism issue is arised from few years back, as all the material is easily available on the internet. In a single click, we are getting all the required data related to your work at your place from all over the world, and this is leading towards the some malpractices. So the government or the world's well-known organization wants the unique or the innovative work. They don't want the plagiarized work. Plagiarism is just a tool to check whether the work is your or work is belonging to somebody else. So this is the reason behind the plagiarism, why it is in the boom. The method to avoid the plagiarism, I have mentioned some points related to this. Okay, whenever you are referring some source materials, and what should be the care you should take while referring to the source material. First of all, we are taking it from the research paper as it is, we are taking. So it is not recommended. So one should read the source material several times without stopping to take notes as you go. Means we need to go through the research articles, books, or any thesis or dissertation, and we need to take our notes. Try to recall what main points you read without consulting the source material again. Whenever we are moving towards source material again and again, there might be chances that we will get that material in our study. Be sure you understand the source material and can identify the main ideas. No doubt we will use some ideas, we will modify something in that ideas, and we will do some innovative works. There is not illegal in this, but the logic behind that is you should not follow the same path. There should be a different path you have to follow than the original author. Write down in your words what you understand as the main points. It helps if you pretend you are explaining it to other persons. Another person you are explaining, then you will get that I should include such points in my work. Who has not read Means work on those ideas only which are your own ideas.
Vinayak sir,
Huh?
sorry for disturbing you once again. But,
Okay.
that same problem is occurring persistently. So it will be better if you could share the PowerPoint here, and we can share this PowerPoint from our end. And you
Okay. Okay. I will share the PowerPoint, sir.
Yeah, please mail it to us, and you can rejoin again the meeting.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir.
Dear participants, please excuse us for another 5 minutes. We will meet again once. Don't leave the meeting. Vinayak sir.
Am I audible, sir? Na?
Yes, sir. Now you are audible. Please.
Now it's okay, na? Okay.
Yes.
So the best ways to avoid the plagiarism is come up with your own idea. Means work on your own idea, which is not taken from somebody else. Before starting on your topic, it is best to jot down ideas and thoughts, and then create a piece filled enthusiastically, originality, and sounds compact. Whenever we are working on our own ideas, then are really zero chances that your work will get the plagiarism. Speak your own language. Why this point is mentioned here? Because whenever we are writing something in our own language, then it also sounds differently, and it will create impact, and your work will go through the plagiarism, because nobody else catch your language or your inner voice as it is for their work. So it is recommended to speak your own languages. Never miss your inner voice and style. Inner voice and style gives the best out of a writer, and that's why the poets and the persons who are writing some songs, etc., they sits alonely, they think on that, a number of revisions carried out on that, and they come up with a very good song or very good poet, etc. They need to spend some time, they need to give the time for that task, and then only a beautiful product of that comes in our hand. So never miss your inner voice and style. Next slide, please, sir. What you don't have to cite. Citation is very important. A number of doctors are speaking on this matter. One just idea I am giving you, that your own ideas, findings, and conclusions are not required to cite. Common knowledges which are publicly available, the facts are not recommended to cite in your work. Like George Washington was the first president of United States. Everybody knows this, and you don't required to cite all these things. And the common terms and the knowledges within the field, means related to solar energy, related to renewable energy. Some terms are there which we can't change. Like we are not having the second word for the solar energy. If we will change the word, instead of solar energy, the meaning will be different one. So you don't have to bother about all these things, power or agricultural or any fruits names, etc. We can't change it, because universally everybody knows the name of that things. So don't bother about this. Next slide, please, sir. How to avoid plagiarism by using synonyms? Yes, there is one way to avoid the plagiarism. Like synonyms. Synonyms means what? We are using different words, parallel words for a single word. And why we need to do these synonyms? I am suggesting you this trick. Whenever self-plagiarism comes in picture, then we need to use this trick. Means we have published some papers before submitting your thesis or dissertation to your university. Then this point we should keep in the mind, that we can use the synonyms. There have been many instances of the writer replacing a few of the words with best synonyms. However, none of these suffice for the original contents. Means we are not changing entire sentence or full paragraphs, or the totally the content of that point, etc. We are simply changing few words, and we are placing here and there of those words, and we are getting out of the synonyms. One must first understand the demarcations that lead any content to be considered as plagiarized content. While looking for the best synonyms, the writer must keep in mind replacing few original words is never enough. Replace all the word with synonyms except the generic terms. Generic terms like solar, sun, then fruits, vegetables, etc., which we can't change. The words need not to be high sounding, but the write-up should be understandable to the readers. Means we should not use some high-level synonyms which are beyond understanding of the common persons, and that will lead towards the ununderstanding of your work again. To avoid plagiarizing, the creator must also consider changing the entire sentence contribution. Make the changes in narration to give the sentence a new appearance without changing the whole meaning. Means we our intention should be that the meaning should not be changed. The voice of meaning should be remain constant as whichever in our mind, but it should be in the new wrapping. Same chocolate we are selling in the new wrapping. So here we need to take the care that only changing some synonyms or some words will not solve your problems, because we are focusing on some part of that. And if you will consider a research paper which is having the length of 10 to 11 pages, it is really a hurdle creating to replace some words and keep the meaning of that entire article as per our requirement. So this is one trick where you are just about to get in for the plagiarism removing. Means your plagiarism is having some portion, extra portion that than the allowed one, then only this trick will work. For more plagiarism, this trick will not work, because you need to write it in your own words newly. Next slide, sir. Example of synonyms, I will explain it with the help of one paragraph. The original content is plastic harm wildlife in Myriad's way, many of which scientists are just beginning to grasp. When birds, fish, and other larger animals eat plastic, the material can get tangled up inside their bodies and cause damage. Plastic can also make animals feel falsely full, so they stop eating. This is related to the plastic pollution, etc. One paragraph is there. I have taken it for your demonstration only. Then I rearranged the paragraph. The above paragraph is 100% plagiarized paragraph. So there is no word, similar word for the plastic. This is a well-known word. This is universally accepted word. So I have not changed at all plastic or birds or fish. I can't give any other another word for the fish, which is understandable to the common man. I can give, but it will not be understandable for the common person. So I have changed some words from it. Like for harm wildlife, I used hurt animals. The voice remains same, the meaning remains same. This harm wildlife means it is creating some danger to animals. And in hurt animals, I am giving the message that it will create some hurdles to the animals. Marriage means it is exaggerated one on the large scale. A lot of is a single word which I can use instead of the marriage. Like that, beginning I can use starting. At the bottom, I have written some words like harm, hurt, damage, injury, married, mass, large, lot. From these, the best suitable words we have to use. After reading the altered paragraph, which is I have rearranged, you will get the some same information which I want to convey in your first paragraph, which is original one. So plastic hurts animal in a lots of ways, many of which scientists are just starting to understand. When birds, fish, and other bigger animals swallow plastics, means whenever it eats the plastic, the substance can get tangled up inside their stomach. For the body, I am replacing it with stomach and cause harm. Plastic can also make animals feel artificially full. so that she's eating means stopping eating. So I have changed the words, few words I have changed and I have altered this paragraph. But you can notice that for entire research article, it is not possible. For small portion of the words or small portion of the work, I can do this. I can use this, I can work on this, I will use it very nicely. But for larger scale, I need some special skills. Means special skills, what special skills? These skills are related to the own ideas expression in our own words. Then we don't have to follow or we don't have to copy it from the internet source. One thing is there, whenever we are referring the internet source, simply and you whenever we are simply copying and pasting it definitely the 100% plagiarism will be there. So internet surfing is good, but for taking some points, jotting down some points and taking some idea related to it is very good. But for entire paper or for entire dissertation or the thesis work, it is very harmful, because after completion of 200 to 300 pages of the reports and then we are working on the removing of the plagiarism is really very hurdle creating thing. It is very tedious job also. Next slide, sir. Avoid self plagiarism too. I have specially mentioned this slide because self plagiarism means what? I have published some papers in international journals. I have submitted my one article to some book, and then the article and the research papers will get freely available or paidly available on the internet source. And as it reach to the internet source, then whenever I am reusing it, then it will get plagiarized. Don't recycle papers and presentation from previous publication as it is. Means as it is, don't use it, otherwise you will face lots of problems. Some plagiarism checking softwares and international research publication do not allow you for the self plagiarism also. Means there is a limit on the plagiarism, 10% plagiarism we are accepting, that will include yourself or internet sources or somebody else, whatever it may be. This generally happens when one publishes research article on work which is after going to be part of the dissertation. Do not check plagiarism several times on free tools available on the internet. Why I am emphasizing on this? Because some softwares are having their self repository system like original or urkun software. Whenever we are checking some content on this software, it goes in their own repository, and when again I am submitting it to somebody else, then it will shows the matches with your previous work. And there we can't prove that this is my content. So several times don't check it, use authentic softwares for that. It's really good, and fortunately your university is providing good softwares, and we should use those softwares for our use. And whenever we are using the free or internet sourcing, they are very limiting softwares, and that will leads to show the match with your reports when you finally check with your university or for any other submissions, etc. Next slide, sir. Avoid plagiarism in the Excel graph. Okay. Excel graph, majority times we are trying graphs, and we are putting those graphs in our article, etc. In PPT presentation also. As the right is towards the sir, I can't show you how this plagiarism works. But at the last, I will show you how this Excel graph plagiarism is coming up. Because whenever I am drawing the graph in Excel, and just I am copying it and pasting it in my Word file, etc. And after double clicking on it, it will show you the resource file, means from where you have drawn the graph. And at the time of plagiarism checking, I have seen one, I have twice come across this problem that the values which are behind this graph are come up with the plagiarism. that is showing the same values or the same contents, and number of values are behind this graph. As this graph is showing only line, but there are 100 or 1000 values are behind this graph, x and y graph, which on based on which this graph is drawn. So while using the data representation graphically, avoid the direct copy pasting of the image from Excel. Just ensure you will convert the graph into the image. Okay, means just convert that graph or copy that graph in one image converter and then make the image of that. Otherwise, what will happen? The data by which using the graph is drawn will create a problem definitely while checking the plagiarism. So it could be better include the Excel and images from form after clicking the graph. Datasheet will be open. It happens in original software generally. मीन्स हे एक सगळं होतं ते वेगवेगळे सॉफ्टवेअर, नंबर ऑफ सॉफ्टवेअर्स आहेत. टर्निटिन आहे, तुमच्या युनिव्हर्सिटीचं स्वतःचं सॉफ्टवेअर्स आहेत. त्याच्यानंतर तुमच्याकडे नंबर ऑफ सॉफ्टवेअर्स आर देअर विच आर अवेलेबल फॉर द plagiarism checking. Every publisher is having his own domain softwares, and the prerequisite of those softwares are different one another than others. So we need to take care while copying the graphs also. Next slide, sir. Focus on the values of the table for reducing the plagiarized content. On the right hand side, I am showing you the plagiarized checked paper. Means this portion I have taken from published journal. Here the pink color shows that all the material is plagiarized one. Means it is published somewhere else. The data which is contained in this table is shown at the left hand side. Means at left hand side table the same data is shown which is I am going to be used in my work. And whenever I used plagiarism checking software for checking the plagiarism of it, then it showed me that 100% plagiarism. Why this is so? Because this table was a part of my published research article. Means whenever I have published some articles, then the table data, then your experimental data, then your words, all will show the plagiarism. Like this is from the plagiarized portion. Next, sir. Next, sir. Focus on the values of the table to reduce the plagiarism content. Then what thing I have used for this? If you focused on the previous slide, then I have used 1 decimal point for the T ambient, T in, T x and times in minute. I have used a single digit only, decimal point. What I have altered that, I have changed the decimal point from 1 to 2, because I want that I should get out of the plagiarism, which is my own work. Here 33.0 was the previous value. Okay, I have increased that decimal to the 2 decimal places, 33.00 or 45.40, 40.50. That's like that. I have mentioned the values of these 3 columns only, and after that the link of the plagiarism is breaked. Here in second column you will notice that only the headings are in the plagiarized content, and at the bottom total time, then the total latent heat, these 2 points are there in the plagiarized content. Why this is so? The plagiarism comes generally whenever 3 words in a sequence are matching with any work source available on the internet. Whenever 3 words or 4 words are similar kind in a sequence matching with your work and somebody else's works, then it will surely show you the plagiarism. And here you need to keep in mind that you need to break that chain. So how I have break that chain? Time period is the first part of the chain. Then time in minutes I have changed. Means I have changed that second part of the chain. Then average radiation I have kept as it is. Then T embed, T in, T X, I have changed in my own language, and that's why the entire first row chain is breaked, and it is not plagiarized because of the breaked chain. Otherwise, in previous slide, you will understand that the similar content which is in sequence or which is matching with the another person's content, it will shows you plagiarism. Sir, can you please show the previous slide? Okay, here you can notice the pink color is available at every sentence. The sentences, the content, everything is showing the match. Means if I will take the first row 10.27 to 11 a.m., every value is matching to my table, and that's why it is showing the plagiarism. Here I have breaked the chain by using the time in minutes column, then T average, T in, T exit. I have changed only 4 values, and I have kept my all the document from plagiarized one. Next, sir. Next. So use image instead of table when you are reusing your self experimental data. Sometimes it will happen that we can't change the content. Means I'm not able to change the content. The content is standard one, and though it is showing the plagiarism. So I have written the plagiarized content, and after changing the plagiarized content, first I have checked the document which I have explained before some time. Here 86% is showing. Okay, and it is showing 86% with the self plagiarized content. Means own work is again reproduced as new one, and then I have altered the sentences using synonyms. I have kept the inner voice as it is. I have not changed the meaning of the content. I have rewritten the entire paragraph at the upper side, and I have used the image instead of the table. I have changed that table by the image, and it is showing you the 0% plagiarism. We can use this trick when we are reusing our own data. Means we can't make image of somebody else's data, because we are not having a hold on that. As this is my own work, I can argue that is my own work is there, and this experimental things I cannot change. Unfortunately, I have published one paper, and it is giving me the similarity content of the matter. So we can convince that, sir, this is my own work, I have published this one, and this is showing the plagiarism with the previously published my own work. Then and then only here you will get idea that 86% of the plagiarism is in the first slide, which is showing huge plagiarism. I can't reduce it with the help of common tools of the plagiarism removing, but I can alter the voice. I can change the word arrangement. I may use some synonyms. I may use some active to passive voice techniques, or the different techniques which are available grammarly point of view, and I will reshuffle the all content, and I come up with the new writing which is having the same meaning of the previous one, but it is not get plagiarized. So here you will get that 0% plagiarism is there. Next slide. Next slide, sir. Okay. Avoiding plagiarism in literature survey. I will talk on this because there are lots of chances that plagiarism will get intended in the literature survey. Literature survey, exactly, we are knowing that we are referring some international journals, journal articles, or the books, etc., for giving the concern that what was the previous theories, then what is the current situation, what is the problem definition, then what is the actual gap I have identified, and this all is based on the previous theories. So there are lots of chances that majority of plagiarism will be found in the literature survey chapter. As we are writing in our engineering, it is tradition that write the literature survey chapter for 20 to 30 pages, and on one single page 300 words are there. If I will get 80% of plagiarism, then 24,000 words may be there, and it is highly impossible to change the plagiarism of that content. So while writing literature survey, we should follow some very important things which will not lead towards the plagiarism at all. Your plagiarism will not be there. So while writing entire literature survey of international papers, you should write it in your words. Means don't go through only abstract or the conclusion part. Read the entire paper, try to complete the entire paper. I'm agree with you that nobody will get 100% idea of the paper, but at least 70 to 80% idea should be with us on that paper. What methodology he used, then what are the experimental techniques he has used, then what are the major findings of that publisher, then what he wants to convey from that paper. Once I will get that idea, then it is very easy to write the literature survey of a paper. Avoid copy pasting abstract and conclusion part of any paper. Means if you are copying the 2 to 3 sentences from abstract and from conclusion, then it will definitely lead towards the plagiarism. Include only single author and write brief content of the paper in your own voice. Okay, why this is there? Because if you are including 2 to 3 author names or the journal names or the publishing names, then it will get plagiarized, because you are not having the hold on the names of the authors, you are not having hold on the journal published on its names or publishers. So that matter, though it is looking 14 to 15 words, that will get trapped in the plagiarism. And collective summary of that, it will lead towards the huge plagiarism, because we are writing 30 to 40 pages of the literature survey and multiplying by 15 to 20 words, it will lead towards the 800 words. Why I am giving more emphasis on the words? Because whenever you are checking your plagiarism, based on the words, this plagiarism is calculated. Means entire your research article or your report, how many words are there and how much are gets plagiarized, and based on that percentile will be there. This previously shown slide is showing that 86%. 86% means if there are 200 words, 160 words are plagiarized. Means from that percentage I am getting the knowledge about the words. Avoid mentioning paper title and other publication details, as I have discussed. Use maximum latest publication. This is very important factor. Use maximum latest publication, as there may be less chances of their citation. What is the meaning of citation? Suppose I am writing one research article, at the last I am including bibliography. Okay, and in that bibliography I am including 50 to 60 number of the journal articles or the books, etc. The number of citation of that articles are less whenever the article is new one. Means fewer people have referred that article and they have included in their studies. And if you are using some old published data, then there are lots of chances that your article gets plagiarized. Bibliography will be directly eliminated while plagiarism checking by the software. There is one provision made in the software that exclude the bibliography, and it is very clear that at the higher levels, means at PG and PhD, you are referring number of journal papers, and you are writing bibliography, and one cannot change the sequence of bibliography. Means the name of authors, the paper title, the journal names, etc. I can't change, or the DOI number, digital object identification number, I can't change it. So it will get definitely plagiarized. So it is excluded from your plagiarism checking. That's why you can freely write the bibliography, and the content from abstract to conclusion is included in your plagiarism checking. When we are submitting our thesis or or dissertation, then we need to submit the abstract to conclusion part only. Why this is so? Because they are excluding, they are giving us the some some portion that will be excluded from your study as it is, because at higher international publishers like Springer, like Scientific, and in agri sectors number of publishers are there, they are generally following some guidelines where the bibliography is excluded. So we don't have to care about bibliography. And one thing is that as like bibliography, we should avoid the mentioning all the author's name and journal name and the publication name in the literature survey. I have mentioned one example like use Mittal ETL. Now, why this is given in standards? Because here only one name is appearing, and after that name, we are explaining the inner voice of that paper or research article or the findings of the article in our own words. So the rest of the body will not get plagiarized, and as this single word is coming, therefore it will not get plagiarized in your literature survey articles. Next, sir. So I'm here to at the end of my session. I want to show you or demonstrate you how the plagiarism checking software actually works. I will show you how your work is matching with somebody else, how we will get that idea that what portion of my study is matching with somebody else, etc. So I will request, sir, that give me the right to share my PPT.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just I will stop the share. Yes, I have stopped sharing.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Wait a moment, sir. I will share. Okay, my screen is visible, na, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. So after login, we will get the login details, login credential like that, like this, Turnitin, which is used by somebody else, different universities, some universities, then some journal papers do refer. Every university is having its own norms, which software we are referring. We are having the Turnitin. Your university is having one good software with you, and in that software, every software's platform will be remain same. They will check the document like same as I'm checking you, and here you need to submit your work in the form of Word or in the form of PDF. Any file you can use for the uploadation purpose. So I am uploading one file for plagiarism checking. Then it will ask you for the uploadation. One thing is that this software is not keeping the repository. Means number of times whenever I am going through my research articles, I am going for somebody else works or etc. Then this software does not keep the record of your work. it will just show the similarity index as per the standard norms only. And depending on the document size, it will take for the uploadation or for the checking. Means what type of document you are uploading, because crores of research articles are there, and a number of book articles are there which are published previously, and from that database it is checking that how much is your plagiarized content is there. So here you will get the details of the plagiarism. This red color indicates that heavy plagiarism is there. Yeah, orange color is means below 70% is there. 0% some document is there that is having 0% plagiarism. 15% it is acceptable. It is showing green color. Means color code is given for our understanding. That not shows the severity of the document, but this percentage showing that how much is the match from your submitted work. So so this is the plagiarism content of my submitted article. If I will double click on this article, it will show from where the source is taken, means from where the data is coming. Okay, if I will click on the full source view, it will show me the paper. If I will click on this link, it will take me to that paper, that from which source it is copied. As it is paid version, means 34 euro, it is available for the 35 euro. I have taken this paper for my reference from somebody else and I am using it. The Turnitin will reach up to that route, that from where you are copying this one. So this will help me a lot while checking or while doing some moderating works or for altering some works. Here I'm getting that which content is plagiarized, how much is plagiarized. As this is the only single source available, 86% from where it is taken. I will show you one another example in which number of sources are available from which the content is copied. So take this as one example. 65, 71, 2. What exactly it is showing? It is showing the number of that source in your plagiarism list according to the percentage of plagiarized content. 2 means it is having larger plagiarized content. I will show you here. The first one is link springer.com. From Springer, you have this work is copied. 2, this Taylor and Francis online. From there, it is copied. Then some papers are there. Then some internet sources are there. Research repositories are there. Open sources are there. Everything it will show. Everything. If you will copy a single sentence from the internet, it will show that you have copied this sentence from this source. And the detailed report of this we can take, and from that detailed report also we come to know that what is the condition of our report, means where we need to give the concentration, where the corrections are needed. Once we will check this, we can change the plagiarism, but we should know how to reduce the plagiarism. And before reducing, if we will follow certain rules which will lead towards the avoiding plagiarism, then you won't bother about this what will be the result of my plagiarism checking. Because once you are writing in your own words, once you are in touch with your professors and your all the authorities, then there are very less chances. And if we are submitting at the last in one bundle, then there might be very chances that the work will get plagiarized. Here the PDF will be downloaded every time you will get the PDF, though you are submitting Word file, and the output of the plagiarism checking software will be the PDF only. So I am giving emphasis on the words. Here you will get that word count is 14,090. Okay, character count in detail it is giving, the submission date and time it is giving, when it is submitted, when it is checked, etc. And from this 14,000 words, how much is plagiarized? Here you will get, here we are getting the detailed report of this. 23% of the work is plagiarized from the 15,000 words. Means almost 4,000 words are plagiarized one. They will be scattered everywhere. Everywhere you will get some words, some lines that are plagiarized one. Okay, and after checking this, we need to work on this by line. Means what I am doing, I am targeting the most plagiarized content first. Means where the plagiarism is major. Damage control starts from the largely damaged portions only. So I will give my emphasis on the largely infected areas, and from that I will try to come out from that. So I will get the plagiarized free my work. Here you will get that this is research article of 50 pages, and that's why such a huge amount of words are there. The detailed report is given at the bottom of this. The link Springer 2%, then Teller and Francis 2%, 111%. Then from sequence number 6 to sequence number 140, means almost 140 sources are there from which this 23% plagiarism is coming. Okay, so I need to work on this one by one, like that. Suppose I am double clicking on this, it won't work, because this should be open in the that plagiarism checking software only. Once this PDF will come out, or the we have taken this PDF, then it will not work. It will show you, it will show you how much is the plagiarism, where it is, where the infected areas are, but it will not take you up to the sources. The only way to go up to the sources is you need to work in that software only. Means here I am double clicking, it is taking me up to the source. From here I will get, if this article is freely available on the internet, it will definitely show you where the source is there, and from which source or from where you have copied something. It will directly show you where is the, what is the wording of that person, so that you can correct it. No doubt some plagiarism will be there, and we need to reduce it, and we will work on it. Once we will get the information from where this plagiarism is coming, then it is very easy to reduce the plagiarism. So here I am double clicking, it will take me up to the source where it is hidden, from where I am getting it, from where I am taking it. Okay, आता मगाशी मला तो पेड जर्नल पेपर असल्यामुळे मला दाखवत नव्हतं. इथं बघा सगळं मला दाखवतंय आता ते, की जे 4% प्लॅगरिझम आलंय ते या स्प्रिंजर वरून आलेलं आहे. And these red colored words are showing that these are the similar contents which I am finding in your article. So we need to work on this. Okay, the entire article will be shown, and from this content how much you are copied. And these 3 sentences successively copied, and that's why it is showing the similarity with the published document. And then we need to work on this. इथं जर मी बघितलं तर 15,000 words means almost 600 words या एकट्या डॉक्युमेंटशी मॅच करतायत माझे. 4% means 150 into 4 is equal to 600. मग हे 600 वर्ड्स हे स्कॅटर्ड असू शकतात, किंवा आता इथं हा एवढा सगळा मॅटर घेतलाय याच्यामधला, हा डायरेक्ट पब्लिश्ड पेपर आहे याच्यामधला एवढा मॅटर घेतलाय. मग हा मॅटर घेतलाय म्हटल्यानंतर तो दाखवणारच आहे मला तिकडे, हा करणारच आहे. इट विल शो डेफिनेटली द प्लॅगरिझम and nothing will be hidden. We can't hide from the internet, because we are taking from the internet and we are checking on the internet. So impartially the internet will show us what is the problem and where is the problem. So it is really better. And from my experience, I'm experienced a number of people made me that, sir, I'm facing the problem of plagiarism, and every time I'm getting the answer that I have taken it from the internet, sir. And I really suggest you that you are the part of this beautiful country, and you are working on one more important thing, which is agricultural, and which is the prime need of the India. I really want to suggest you that go on your own work. Do not take the work from the internet or previously published literatures or any research papers as it is, or kindly do not follow the idea of anybody. Because if we are working on one journal paper, suppose, then we will there are 80 to 90% chances will be there that I will follow the same path which the researcher has followed, and it will lead towards the very bad journey, or the very darkness will be there. I will not get any light, because I am following the same path which the researcher has followed. No doubt he got the rewards of that, because it was his own work, and I am pretending it as my own work. And once this plagiarism softwares comes in picture, then everything will be cleared like crystals, that what is your content, what is your contribution in the work. And really it's norm changing day by day, means we can't believe that previously published thesis and dissertations are also universities are checking for the plagiarism purposes. Why this is so? Because there are very strict norms. One thing is that this plagiarism is similar to patent or the copyright or the trademarking. Means we can't use Parle-G, we can't use Volkswagen, we can't use Tata Motors symbol in our own, because they are trademarked, they are prevented, they are patented. Some things are literally under the legal actions also. If we will break those things, if we will break these things, then we will face some legal actions. Recently we know that Samsung and Vivo clashes was there regarding the technology, and regarding the uses of some feature, as like the Vivo mobiles and Samsung mobiles having the same features, and claimed over each other that he has used my technology, and there thousands of crores of fines will be there. Like that, this plagiarism is also treated. Suppose one well-known poet is there, and we copied his poem and published as our own poem. Then he can claim that you have stolen my work, and I want the financial punishment from your side, and you have to give it. Means until and unless there will not be any legal action or any threat, this plagiarism is not in the picture. So everybody is wanting that the pure content should be there, the pure innovation, pure invention should be there. And fortunately we are getting a big support from our professors, our universities, that do the work. And every time they are encouraging us, every time they are insisting us that follow the path which is correct one. So from that point of view, I am thinking that the plagiarism can be avoided. It is not a very big task that I will create the plagiarism free content or any other things. I can generate the plagiarism free work, but it will take some times, because in 2 minutes only Maggie can be cooked, and nothing else can be cooked in 2 minutes, and you will get the nutrition contents from it. You are better known from than me, because you are the agricultural students and you are having such a glory behind you. Because one can expecting that I should get the fruit from the tree after planting it. And we are spending 2 or 3 years in this, and we are at the stage to get some output of that. So I really want to thank the professor Devakar and your all the sirs for giving me such a very nice opportunity. In future, if you will need any kind of help, I will be sir. Sir, once wait a moment, sir. So I really thank of you, all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving a nice session and guiding our students. Dear participants, if you have any questions, you are free to either raise your hands or you can unmute yourself and you can ask directly, or you can send your queries in chat box as well. Okay, now you will be able to unmute yourself also. You can do that also, and you can directly ask questions.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Sir, as a faculty member, I want to use this Turnitin.
Okay.
But for sign up this site, which मतलब जो भी है तो I must use the student login or instructor login.
No, madam, one thing is there that this Turnitin login should be purchased from the your institute only.
Okay. Then and then we can use.
Then and then only you can work, because it is costing much more.
Okay.
It is not freely available.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. I'm Sajan Hingonekar. I'm pursuing PhD at PKV Rahuri only in the Department of Extension Education. Sir,
nice.
I want to ask one question, that while writing the plagiarism, or while avoiding the plagiarism, shall we have to think upon the whole line, or shall we we should have to think upon just the word? Because if the that line nowadays students are copying line to line, But
Correct.
what happened in the plagiarism checking, they shows like that all the lines has been copied. Okay,
Okay.
so what student has doing right now, they are interchanging the words in that particular sentence.
Correct.
So yes, sir. So means just like in Hindi, we used to tease each other. Just like that song is there, Shah Rukh Khan song is there. Ye dil hai divana, divana hai ye dil.
Correct, sir.
Yes. So I just want to ask that whether we should have to concentrate word to word, or whether we should have to concentrate that whole line
On
and
the
automatically.
sentence. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Very nice question, sir. First thing I want to clear that I have told you that if successively three words are similar, then that will get plagiarized. Okay. Another thing is there. Suppose you are having 8 lines paragraph. Okay, 8 line paragraph, and from that 2 lines are captured as a plagiarism, and there is possibility that the few words from the rest of the lines, intermediate words, get plagiarized. Why this is so? म्हणजे आपण मराठीमध्ये म्हणतो ना कि जाते जाते, और हिंदी में भी बोलते हुए जाते जाते कुछ तो लेके जाते हैं, तो उसमें भी क्या होता है कि अगर 2-4 वर्ड सिमिलर मिल जाए उसको, तो वो भी प्लेगराइज दिखाता है. But we don't have to focus on those 4 words. First of all, we need to focus on the sentence. As far as possible, change the sentence content without changing the meaning. First of all, we should concentrate on the sentence, means change the sentence. Okay, if it is not possible, suppose the sentence is having 4 to 5 critical words, very critical words which are not having synonyms, which are not having other tools which I can use, then try to break the chain first. Means after 2 words there should be a different word coming which will break the sentence plagiarism. And then also, if it is not working, okay, then I will write 2 sentences differently. Means the same meaning will be there, and I will break the chain. I will my motive is to break the chain. Whenever there will be a chain of words, then and then only it will be show as a plagiarism. And some common words are there: these, that, these, then, on the, behind, below, beneath. This will remain same. So I really want to first of all change the words. Okay, if the sentence will be changed, it could be very better, because all the words will get diluted. And if it is not getting work, if it is not working, then I will go for the changing the some words. And one thing is there, like put some fresh matter in your work. Like suppose if the salt is more in any liquid, then we are generally going for the dilution of liquid, like pouring the more water in it. If I will put some information which is newer one, then that will also reduce your plagiarism by some extent. Suppose on one page lots of plagiarism is there, then I will put some half and page matter which will dilute that plagiarism. And while writing the thesis, am I audible, na sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay, I want to give one suggestion to you while writing the thesis. You go chapter wise plagiarism checking by authentic software. Okay, what will be the output? In some chapter the plagiarism will be at the larger side, and in some chapters the plagiarism will be at the lower side. Ultimately, at the last, I want the fruit which is having the less plagiarism. I can cope up this. Means one chapter is having a research article which I have published in previous days. In your case, it will be happen, because while pursuing the PhD, you are having mandatory that publish some research articles, and in that chapter the plagiarism will hit like 50% or 40%. But I will manage this plagiarism in my first introduction chapter, or in my literature survey chapter, or in my theory chapters, other chapters, so that I will not get much plagiarism at the last.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay,
Yes, sir. Oh, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
thank you.
So any other questions? Sir, Vinayak sir,
Yes, sir.
can you show the plagiarism report that you were referring to?
Plagiarism.
Report. One report you showed, no?
Okay, okay, okay.
There are some words were plagiarized.
Which one, sir? How, which word I have uploaded? We have uploaded that.
One document you have shown. Yes, this one. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Wait a moment, sir. It will load.
So we are using the deliberate in our institute, and
Yes, sir.
all other people are saying it is better than the deliberate.
Huh.
While you show this report to here, in your
Huh.
institution, the same problem occurs in our deliberate also. So
Okay.
in your introduction part, you
Huh.
showed in one slide what cannot be considered as plagiarized.
Huh.
Whatever the common knowledge is there, which is in public domain, common phrases, words that cannot be plagiarized. But
Yeah.
here it says even two word is there.
Yeah.
Two articles
Sand
are
and
there.
other.
Such kind of the article common words are shown as a similarity.
Yeah.
So
Sir, what is that? If we are using such common words and these successively 6 words are coming in line, okay, such as aggregate, sand and other. So because of this only, if you will look on the upper side, cement,
yes,
it is not plagiarized.
yes,
Okay, and then globally, it is not plagiarized. Portland, not plagiarized.
yes.
Planet, not plagiarized.
Yes, I can understand, but
Huh.
somewhere this, for example, here necessary after necessary there is article 2.
Huh.
That it is a single word.
Yeah, concrete. Why this is showing? Because sir, this one, the article number 1 is matched with this line.
Yes.
Okay, and the words, rest words, some of the words it is picking up from that article.
Okay, okay, okay. So
जाते जाते वो कुछ ना कुछ तो पकड़ लेता है सॉफ्टवेयर.
yes, no, you told initially, no, so common words, common phrases cannot be considered as plagiarized.
हाँ.
Similarly, in order to call something plagiarized, there shall be 3 words in continuation.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
when we
yeah,
check
yeah,
these
yeah.
documents, many words come
There
standard.
are some words.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sir, whenever I will break this chain, first chain, such as aggregate, sand and other, okay, then this word's plagiarism will get vanished.
That is that was the main question in our previous deliberations.
Yes, 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 yes.
Raised, and many of faculties, including myself,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
was right about that software.
Yes,
Because
yes, yes.
certain words, for example, dark energy, certain scientific terminology,
Correct, sir.
you cannot change.
Change.
So,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
so how can you consider them as plagiarized?
Plagiarized. Sir, when we are using those words in line with somebody's published words, in line, that word should be in line with the previously published work. Then and then only it will show the plagiarism.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir,
Huh?
uh, Sir, I have a question. Just like in Turnitin, when we check some paper or anything, and some of the institution they are using Urkund. So,
Correct, sir.
is there any similarity? Because when we check in Turnitin, there maybe the maximum time we found that there are higher percentage of the plagiarism, just like
Okay,
30% or
okay,
like
okay.
this, and Urkund having lesser. But there is not any proportion. Sometimes it's go beyond the 30 or sometimes come the turn that I mean to say it's not stability is there when we checking the
Yes, yes,
same
yes, yes.
same without any modification.
Yes, sir. One thing I want to share you that the Turnitin is having his own database, sir. Okay, and Turnitin is having vast database. You will get maximum percentage of the plagiarism in Turnitin, while it will get reduced in the Urkund, because Urkund is having lesser database. And I have noticed the same like you, that in my thesis also I have so much conscious about my work, and that's why I started to removing my thesis should be plagiarism free and etc. And I noticed that I will keep my thesis below 10% in Turnitin. It will not get plagiarized in the Urkund as it is having lesser database. Then I did like 9% of the plagiarized thesis in Turnitin. I went for the checking in the Urkund because Urkund is having self-repository. I was knowing that, and university also suggested us that in the last moment only check on the Urkund whenever you are submitting it to us. So we went there, and I shocked, like you, I shocked. 0% plagiarism on the Urkund. So
Yes,
I
yes, sir.
worked a lot to remove the plagiarism, to minimize it from 20% to 10%. And as it is reducing, it is more critical to reduce the plagiarism. Means 20% to 10% consumes more time than 70% to 40%. I noticed this. I noticed
Yes,
this.
sir.
And same question, sir. And same reply I got in my previous session also. I was assuming that the Turnitin is having a larger percentage, which is reduced in the Turnitin. But now you are saying that, sir, I observed that at sometimes the Urkund is having more percentage than the Turnitin.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Not more percentage. Like if Turnitin having the 30%, so sometime Urkund showing that this is 10, sometime is 28. So it's very much that variation is
No,
too much
but
is
for
there.
the
That's why.
similar file you are showing.
Yes, yes. I'm saying in Urkund, when we checked in first time, then because it's required, delete it. That was file. Then I
Okay.
deleted. Or then again I check. Then this kind of thing is happening.
How much span was there, sir? Means once first file when it is checked, and after how many days you have checked second file?
I have checked it after 2 days.
2 days, okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay. What happens, sir? It is a short period, but I noticed one thing that if we are checking before few days, like 15 days, 20 days, okay, there are lots of chances that some other research articles will get published in between that. And it picks the plagiarism from that recently published articles, because number of articles are publishing on a daily basis. So there are lots of chances if I have prepared my thesis and it is showing 30%, 10% on today, it will show 13%, 14% on tomorrow also, because recently published documents was not there when I have checked my thesis. So it's my you have raised one good question, that whenever you are ready with your material, don't waste the time, submit it.
Okay. Oh, sir, one question, one more question. We have have
Yeah,
already
ask.
lots of experience about this Turnitin or Urkund. So I want to ask this: if Urkund having the higher this in the thesis, they're showing that because the least percentage level is 10% in our university and Sher Kashmir Agriculture University Jammu. They prefer that after the beyond the 10%, they accept only up to 10%. So
Correct, sir.
if there is like 12%, 13% or 14%, is any kind of specific approach, then we can reduce easily to we reach that 10% or 9% like this.
No, sir. Easily approach is not there. We need to suppose if you are your report is infected by 13%. Okay, means plagiarism
Okay.
percentage is 13%, and if we want to move towards the 10%, we need to concentrate on the words, 3% words. Okay, then I will repeat for you that I will go on the major infected areas. I will correct it by these tools, like I will rearrange my sentences. I will remove unnecessarily data also. Means if the data is lying unnecessarily, it is not of the use, then I will just remove it. If it is putting me in trouble and it is not contributing in my work also, then I will first of all remove it. If the data is valid one, then I will work on the sentences, like breaking the chain. Okay, if it is not working, then I will concentrate on the words. Okay, I will rearrange the words, I will rearrange the sentence and try to come out of that. But at a time, one time will come when you can't do anything on that sentence. मीन्स एक वक्त भी ऐसा आता है कि हम उस सेंटेंस को कुछ नहीं कर सकते, मीनिंग चेंज हो रहा है उसका, वो वर्ड्स नहीं चेंज कर रहे हैं, तो डोंट वेस्ट ऑन दैट पार्ट, concentrate on the second part where I can work, because some sentences will be there which are hurdle creating. Otherwise one more suggestion is there. Otherwise, sit with the English expert. Okay, every time it is not possible that I will be master in English. They are having number of words in their vocabulary, they are having some extra knowledge than me, and they will give suggestions. I have followed this technique also, sir, that I want to change this without changing the meaning, etc. They are knowing much than me. That's why I have come out have come out from the some sentences which are unchangeable, on which I can't work.
Okay. बेसिकली हमें सिर्फ जो आउटपुट आता है 13% का जो रिपोर्ट
Okay.
आता है, रिपोर्ट पे ही हमें फोकस करना है ना सर, रिपोर्ट में
Correct,
रिपोर्ट
correct,
में
correct. You have to focus on the report.
यस सर, ओके. बिकॉज जब हमने सेकंड, ये जो मैं एक्सपीरियंस बता रहा हूँ अपना, इसमें क्या हुआ कि जब सेकंड टाइम किया तो जो रिपोर्ट आया उसमें कुछ अलग सेंटेंस को उसने कैप्चर कर लिया, क्योंकि पहली बार रिपोर्ट में कुछ और था, जैसे ही चेंजेस के साथ आया, जैसे फर्स्ट टाइम 13, देन सेकंड टाइम 11%, बट दैट 11% हैविंग द डिफरेंट रिपोर्ट, सो दैट्स व्हाई
वो 13% और 11% में कुछ भी सिमिलरिटी नहीं था सर,
थोड़ा बहुत था, लेकिन कुछ और ही उन्होंने फिर जो सेकंड रिपोर्ट 11% में कुछ और ही आ गया है.
Okay, but one thing is
ये उर्कुंड का एक्सपीरियंस है,
हाँ उर्कुंड का एक्सपीरियंस ऐसा ही है सर. Urkund, I have really experienced same experience from as like you, but whenever you will check the same file on Turnitin, it will show the same results, sir. I experienced this. I trust on this side. Yeah, definitely. What I used, I have done all the works on Turnitin. I repeatedly checked my work. I repeatedly worked on it. I repeatedly do the versions in that. And once it is in my required percentile, then I went for the Urkund.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
In future also you can ask. Very nice question you are raising.
Sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir, in continuation with this, may I ask something? While giving the answer, you told that if the 30% similarity is there, So that means you have to concentrate on 3% of the words.
Huh.
So what if I altogether add 30% new words to my writer?
Wait a moment, sir. 30%?
New words or a new write-up to the old manuscript.
Yeah, definitely, sir. 13% of the new introduction of the work
Yes.
will dissolve your original plagiarism work. It will
So
reduce, sir, definitely.
yes. That can also be one of the strategies.
Yeah, that is better option available.
Yes. Thank you.
First of all, I will try to dilute it.
Yes. And if I am not able to dilute it at all, because certain sentences or certain phrases are there now that you cannot dilute. If you
Correct,
dilute
sir.
those, the words, the meaning will altogether get changed. Or
Correct.
it may look scientific because after all, we are doing the science. For in science, you cannot be that much creative like in arts or certain other branches. So you have to follow certain technical norms, and while following, you have to use certain words that are
Correct.
more. So thank you, sir. Srinu, you have raised your hand. Do you want to ask any question? Now you have lowered your hand, but at one point of time, you have raised your hand. Chokkarapu Srinu. Okay, then does anybody have any questions to ask or any doubts? So I think there are no any questions. So either sir.
Yes.
Shall we conclude, sir?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, nearest thing is saying, sir, please send the PPT. Yes, all PPTs will be shared on our book. Okay. Morning PPT we have already received, and this PPT also sir has said, so we will definitely share it on the groups that we have created. So thank you, Dr. Vinayak Devkar, sir. You have guided our students very elaborate mannerly, starting from the basic concept of plagiarism and again revising what are different kinds of plagiarisms. And though in the morning also similar topic was there, but you said more light on different aspects of types of plagiarism, and you practically showed through examples how can we use the language strategies like using active passive voice or changing the synonyms and parallel words, uh, and how can we use the Turnitin software. So you have given the demonstration of that software also. So on behalf of Department of Agriculture Extension and Communication, PGI MPKV Rauri, I am very much thankful to you, sir. And I am also thankful to all the training participants for actively participating in the training program and listening the experts, though there were some technically some disturbances due to technical issues. I beg your pardon for that. Tomorrow we will try to overcome those problems. We hope tomorrow those problems will not be there. So once again, I am very much thankful to our Associate Dean, Puneslok Ailadevi College of Agriculture, Halgaon, and Head of this department, Dr. Milind Ahire sir, for giving this opportunity to all these students from all over India to have this training. I am also thankful to the Dean of this our postgraduate institute and MPKV Rauri for funding this program. Once again, I am also thankful to all the other organizers who have worked very hard to organize this program directly and indirectly. Once again, I am very much thankful to all the participants, and we will meet tomorrow morning 10:30. Thomas sir will come tomorrow, and he will elaborately help us how we can avoid plagiarism using summarization technique and paraphrasing technique. So his focus will be exclusively on how to paraphrase your paragraphs and how to summarize the author's work. While reviewing, we need to express their ideas into our own words, and we cannot, as today's experts have highlighted, we cannot use other words in verbatim. So we need to either summarize them or paraphrase their work. So how to do that? So that practical aspect will be dealt by Dr. Vivian Thomas sir tomorrow morning 10:30. So we will meet again tomorrow 10:30. And with the permission of head of this department, Dr. Milind Iyer sir, this today's session is over. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.